Off-grid amateur here. Today I'm just doing this little piece on what can be done. Off to the left you see over here there are two Amicus original smokeless fire pits ready to ship. And this is a special project for someone who made a request. They're a family member, so I felt obliged to do it. And on the bottom you'll see the Amicus original smokeless fire pit, and this portion on top utilizing one drum and a part right here from another drum. I have essentially made this into a wood-fired pizza oven. Of course, off to the right you'll see in the other videos hanging on the wall there in my 135 square foot shop is the propane heater. I'm not going to be using this winter because I have this right here, this waste oil burner. So when I drain these drums of any residual oil that's left over in them, I catch it in pans, and I've been saving it all year long. And I designed and built this waste oil burner so that I can burn the waste oil that is left over in these drums to heat my shop, so I no longer have to pay for propane. That keeps my costs low, and that keeps the price of the Amicus smokeless fire pit right where it is. It's one of the ways that we try to fight inflation here. One, by repurposing materials to turn them into something new rather than starting with new material, and utilizing what's available to our greatest advantage. But on to the pizza oven. The pizza oven is constructed obviously out of two drums, but I'm going to break it down and show you the different components. So just like the Amicus original, this is a modular design, and right here is where the legs are. Now these legs are substantially shorter than the legs that are on the fire pit, but that allows for just a very narrow gap here, and these legs just nest down inside this lip, this rim that you find right here. Now this allows this to spin and articulate any which way that you want. And from this drum I've cut and installed on hinges an opening that allows you to put more wood into the fire to keep that temperature up for making your pizzas. Catch, the only thing that's new are the rivets and the hinges. Up top here we've got 9 holes. These 9 holes allow for the hot flue gases to come up into the oven portion where the pizza would be. And this pan spins. It's just a hole drilled in the exact center of the drum, and of course this alignment pin that allows it to sit directly in the center and spin. And then the heads of these bolts right here lift it slightly. What that's going to do is it's going to give it an air gap. That air gap works like those air bake pans that you find that help to prevent burning, and that air gap should keep the pizza crust from burning while the top cooks. Obviously the person that's going to get this is going to want to cover it with aluminum foil, something, or to strip this paint off completely and just season and oil that metal so that it will work very well as a non-stick pizza surface. But the spinning portion will allow him to put 4 8 to 9 inch pizzas and spin them around, and then use the pizza spatula to scoop them up. And of course, finally, the lid. Then of course there's the top. You see, this is the typical of 55-gallon drums, these plugs. All right, and I've lined up this door and the legs in this opening to line up with the access for adding more wood to the fire pit, so that the holes that allow the flue gases to flow over the pizza to be in the very back. And of course, you know, with a push rod or something, if it's too hot to reach in here, we've never tried this, so we don't know. If a push rod is required, it still allow you to push the pizzas and spin them around and scoop them out of there. And then of course this is lined up with this all for user friendliness. And of course, just like the middle section where we add the wood, you've got the legs that are just creating enough of a gap or a crack there to allow for clearance. So obviously I don't think that I'm going to be able to sell these and ship them. It would just be too large of packaging, but you never know. I'll work on it, and if I get a good report from the person who's receiving this one about functionality, then I might consider in the future making pizza ovens that are compatible with your Amicus smokeless fire pit. So if you haven't checked out the Amicus fire pits, you can find them on Etsy. Just type in Amicus, Amicus, on Etsy, and you should find the fire pits there. And of course, you know, like the video and click on that subscribe button. That'd be great. Really appreciate it. And until next time, you'll have a great day.